Good morning, everyone. This is another little video that gives you an explanation into what the interval of a second is. So a second, just like we read all of our music, goes from either a line to a space or a space to a line. We always read that way. So in this example that I have here, we're going from a line, space to a line. We could also draw another note up here. And we could say that this interval, going from a space to a line, is also a second. All right, this is what the second sounds like. Doo-doo. You can also hear it descending. Doo-doo. And I have a whole nother video on practicing singing those seconds, but for right now, we're going to talk about those two different types of seconds. So the first one that I drew down here that's going from line, space, line, we call this a neighbor tone. We started from this first line, we went up to this first space, and then we went back down to that first line, neighbor tone. We would specifically call this the upper neighbor because we went higher to that next space. Doo, doo, doo. If you wanted to read it actually from this way, we also have another type of another type of second called the passing tone. So we're reading from line, space, line, doo, doo, doo. So this second note here is we're just passing through it to keep going with our melody. We can read it the other way too. Doo, doo, doo. We pass through this note to get down to our melody. So we have passing tones and we have neighbor tones. We talked about going a little bit higher. That's your upper neighbor. Guess what? You can go one below. That would be your lower neighbor. So I'm going to add another note because why not? This is probably the craziest looking staff anyone's seen. But we've got do, do, do. Ooh, just put a little thing there. Anyway, so we're going from line down to this first space to that second line, do-do-do. So we have an upper neighbor and a lower neighbor. We have passing tones that can both ascend, do-do-do. We have passing tones that can descend, do-do-do. I hope that this helped in a nice little explanation of neighbor tones and passing tones.